Hello and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. So I was out the other day, just pretty much I was actually on my way to pick up some of these unknown fragments for Professor Palin, which is, I think you've got to be something like 200 to 150 light years from Maya. I can't remember exactly. I know I was going to worry about that when I got closer, but I figured before I do that, what I wanted to do is also grab up some arsenic, because I need some of that. And as I was coming into my planet of choice for arsenic, this point of interest popped up. It's just popped up on the right of the screen. It looks like a crashed ship. As we get closer, it's a Diamondback of some description. I'm not sure if it's the Explorer or the Scout. I think it's the Explorer, to be fair, but I need a closer look at it. But as I was moving in, I've discovered that in actual fact it's being guarded. So I'm going to need to get out of the trespass zone fairly quickly. Land and then go and take a closer look. I was hoping that the skimmers would be wanted, and that way I could just blast them and not have to worry. So as it turned out, they were not. So okay, so I've become wanted. I can clear me fine fairly quickly, but you know, I wanted to get a look at that ship. Well, that was the plan. And then I started getting a few emails through saying that someone had found ruins. In fact, it was a Commander X-Def, I think his name was, had somehow managed to, out of the footage that we had seen from the little snippets of trailers and one of them was, it looked like an alien site of some sort with like little monoliths or something. Well, from that, he's managed to figure out the system, the planet, and the location. Beats me how he's managed to do it, but he has, and he's found it, and that's where he's even given the coordinates out, so for us to go and find it for ourselves. And so I was kind of itching to get off to go and see that. But as I was here at the ship, I haven't found any of these new POBs before, so I figured I would come and I would have a quick look at this. I'm not going to worry about the skimmers. I'm not going to kill them, because if I do, I'll get a wanted tag, and the last thing I want to do is turn up at a site. There's generally might be something to collect there, so if I collect them and then someone scans me with a warrant scanner, it just makes things complicated. So I've decided to take a look at it from a distance. What we'll do is we'll look at the external camera and see if we can get a better look at it. But I think it's a Diamondback Explorer. I could be wrong. But we shall see. And if you know any better, post in the comments. So we'll take a little look with the external camera, try and get as best shot as we can. I'm not gonna waste it at this point. I'm itching to get off and find the ruins. They were not too far outside the bubble. I think if I worked out, if I go from if I head to Marilang and then down, grab me crew member, and then we can head off to, it's about 300 light years, so it's going to be about 12 to 13 jumps from Marilang, which is pretty much, I might even pick up, I think my ASP's there. If it's not, then we'll just go in the Anaconda, so it's not a problem. If I think the ASP will probably do it in less jumps. It's got a nice jump range on that at the moment. But yeah, so we'll take a quick look at this. I believe it's the new points of interest. This is the first one I found. I was looking. I spent hours on the beta looking for some of the new points of interest, and I didn't have a lot of luck with it. Didn't find any of the geysers, depending on where you're from. And there were some I could have gone and found existing ones, but I wanted to, I just wanted to stumble upon them on my own. And there's a planet I particularly want to find them on. It says they're on there, and I will continue to try and find them on that planet and show you, because it's just a great planet to look. It's just it's one of my favourite haunts inside the bubble. A couple of jumps from Sol. In fact, depending on your jump range, you've got decent jump ranges. One jump from Sol, but we will take a look at that later. So we've taken a little drive by. We had a quick look, but now it's time to go and see the ruins. So here we are, we're at the site. I was scouting around in the fighter, get a bit more visibility than the Anaconda, and then I spotted it. A little bit difficult to find the with the coordinates. So I've put them on the screen as you will see them on yours. It'll be the lower number at the top and the bigger number at the bottom. Don't do it the other way around. Believe me, you can waste hours looking for the coordinates if you get them muddled up the wrong way. But it was late and I was very tired, so I got myself as close as I possibly could, parked up, and then started again a little bit later on. But it is the site, and it looks rather special. So we're going to have a quick scout about in the fighter, and then we'll get back in the mothership, land it, and then take a look around. It looks like a big site, doesn't it? It is rather big, and it looks like they've used the environment to make like walls and yeah. And it looks like they've made they've obviously there's raised areas, and there's like pieces look like they've been cut out of the dirt, or whether they've dug them out or what, I don't know. It's very odd. Is it an old town? And I don't know. Could it be an old town or just some archaeological site of some sort? I suppose we'll never know, or it'll be a while before we know. Someone's probably will figure it out. I mean, the fact that you can find this place from a few pictures and a small bit of footage is amazing. And so hats off to Commander Def. Well played, sir. I wouldn't have had a clue, let alone the system, but to find the planet and then triangulate that into an area on. I mean, I had the coordinates. It took me a while to find this place. You know, he had nothing. He had a theory, and he's figured it out. So, yeah, I just, you know, hats off. Give that man a knighthood. But he definitely earned it. For the rest of us, we could to come and take a look at it for ourselves as well. It's very eerie looking, and I think I'm in the daylight. It's not the best light. It's not. They haven't got the best. They've got a few stars in this system. In fact, it's a very interesting system. It's worth a scan just for that. But the fact that on one of the planets is, you know what, there could be more on other planets for all we know. We haven't. Yeah. We don't know that yet, so. But it's definitely big. Look, there's two like circular areas, one over the far back, one closer, and then there looks like there's like a perimeter wall, which looks like it's been dug out of the earth. Now, whether there is a wall underneath that, and it's just the way maybe sandstorms have built up onto it, or whether that's actually how it was done, we I suppose those theories will start coming. And then these little monoliths things, they're very strange. So we'll put the ship down, and then we'll have a wander around and see what there is to see. If we can find somewhere to land. I don't want to land too close, because I don't know whether, for one, I can land in the site. I probably can. I'm going to choose not to. I think I'm going to try and maybe put it outside. Oh, I'm hitting something. Move. We'll put it outside the site, and then we'll grab the little rover, and we will go in and have a look for ourselves, or the SRV, and we shall go and check it out for ourselves. Right, so we're here. So we'll get a bit landed. We'll get landed, and then we'll go out in the SRV. Now, what I'll probably do, I will do, is I won't talk quite as much. Because there's normally a lot of eerie noises around these. I mean, the barnacles, they were very, very eerie. So we will see this place is anything. I'll imagine there's lots of weird, strange noises going to be going on. So I will talk as least as possible from this point on. Looks like this piece is scannable, so we'll scan it in. material. New data. So, possibly for the engineers. I haven't seen anything so far. So, but we have got new engineers coming. Maybe we'll have an alien engineer at some point. Definitely very eerie. This looks like a ramp of some sort, this bit. I don't know what that's, maybe part of the wall, maybe that's to hold the wall together. It actually looks like that splits. I don't know whether that's buried over time or whether that was actually put like that purposely. If you look to the right, it does look like there's a perimeter wall with the earth, and it's got those bits in there, so I don't know how that works out. Something in front of me, then on the radar it's showing there's something there in those rocks. Didn't work. Oh yeah, I can target it. That's an all. I'll pick that up. No. Rocks are in the way. Hey, can I shoot the rocks? I'll get the gun on. Right, we have to use the turret. I haven't used a turret in a while, I can't remember what the buttons are. Nope. Okay. Where's the fire button? Ah, found it. Okay, so shoot the rocks. If we can shoot the rocks. If we can shoot the rocks, that clears them out of the way. Let's go and pick it up. Keep an eye out as well that it doesn't do damage to the ship once we've collected it. The ship will, the SRV will tell us we're getting damage. Nothing so far, so I'll take that as a good sign. Seem to be down one of those cut out areas, so let's move up to one of the rays, see what else there is. Very big parts of it just seem very barren. Very eerie. I'm not sure what they are there. They seem to be like they're situated roughly where it looks like there's like parts of a wall, or I mean this bit looks like it's been cut out. It goes down and oh. Do you know, it's I know we're on a barren planet, but we don't know how old it is. It's very much like a boat. But there is no water. Could there have been water? Very eerie. seems to be lots of resources around. Future content for engineers. Do you know what I should have? I was saying it could have been water, but why am I thinking water? I can't. I haven't checked. I'll have to have a look later to see if this is a volcanic planet. It could be magma or something like that. It just gives me that. It just looks like some sort of moat of some sort. I mean, that's the way we look at stuff. So chances are it's something completely different. It might be just the way it's very odd the way it's been set out. Definite walls. Yeah, and with these materials, I'm going to have to start thinning out some of these, getting rid of some of the common stuff. I think I was getting a bit close. When you pick up, you don't seem to pick up just one. Sometimes you get like maybe 3 or 4. So, and I'm very close to the limit on data. So maybe I'll go through and get rid of some of the stuff that I really don't need. Some of that one. What else is there? Anything common? Yeah. Maybe look at that later. But yeah, I need to do that. And more of these. More of this, which means probably more materials to be scanned. To these things around. What significance are them on? There's even like a flooring as well if you look on the floor. Finding lots of new material, which means once you've used it up, obviously you're going to have to come back here or to maybe future sites to get more. So possibly a place that we will get quite accustomed to. Until we get that engineer though. We're not going to know, are we? Engineers coming. I suppose we presume that they're human. Could well be alien. Something like the ray. Oh no, what's a bit? Oh yeah, there we go. Let's go up there. See what there is. Is that? It's coming out of the ground. Whoa. Can I collect that? How would you collect that? I suppose you could do it in a ship. I don't think I will though. I don't want to ruin the site. Scan it though. I'd imagine. I'll leave it alone. If it's loose on the ground, then we'll pick it up. But other than that, I think we'll leave it. Incidentally, I am in a group at the moment. I am in a private group because you get to these sites a little bit later. They tend to be stripped bare, so I figured I wanted to see it untouched. So this would be like, very much like when Commander XDeath found it for the first time. But if you go on the open server, chances are everything's gone and the things that can be taken have been taken. So if you do come here, personally I would open up a private group and see it for the first time. Very clever Commander Death found it. And you also get to gather up the materials as well. Don't know why, we could be just clogging up our data. So, we shall see. And the orbs that I've collected so far, I've got one item so far. I mean, no idea what I'm going to do with that. Do I just sell it into the market? And if I do, is that going to cause a problem to the station? Like past objects have done? We shall, yeah, maybe not sell them to a station you frequent often and sell them somewhere else. You're not a pirate station. Run a pirate station and sell it there. See how they get on with it. Or maybe Professor Palin will ask for them later. He tends to. He's after unknown fragments at the moment. It's something which is how the day started for me. The mission for today was to go and find some unknown fragments, and I've ended up at alien ruins. An ancient site. Not a bad little distraction, though, to be fair. Cargo bay's full. I'm going to need to get back to the ship, offload. Hope to God it doesn't damage the ship, especially if I'm not going to be in it. It's the last thing, I'll be stuck here. But out unless there's no way of getting the ship. Once it's gone, isn't it? You just got to wait for your fuel to run out, and then all just self-destruct back to the station. Which meant all the data will be lost. No, it won't be lost when you keep the data. So yeah, it won't be so bad. But I want to try and avoid that if I possibly can. Everything coming out the ground. Relic. What the significance of those are? Let's get it scanned anyway. So collecting all this data, but we don't know the significance of it yet. Maybe Palin will be asking for some later, so there'll be probably more reason to come out here at some point. Apparently there's more sites. This isn't the only one, there's more. This is just the one that we got a clue to. I say a clue, I just saw a video, I didn't see a way of finding how to I wouldn't even know where to start with how to find this place. That's one thing I like about the Elite community. It's filled with some very, very clever people, and they manage to find a position on a planet and a system from screenshots and a small piece of footage, and then they share it with the rest of us. But I would very much encourage you to come out and check out yourself, if nothing else, for the materials, and just to see how big this site is. We've only taken a small look, a very, very large site. It's just a glimpse. To see the rest, you're going to have to come out and check it out yourself.